Happy St. Patrick's Day. Speaking of St. Patrick's Day, Cincinnati held, I think it's like 50 some odd straight years, the St. Patrick's Day parade on Saturday. I attended that a long time ago. I got a great picture of attending that when the Alpha Delta Gamma fraternity used to put a float in every year. The Hart Mini Marathon was also run. It was delayed a little bit because of the terrible weather yesterday. I hope all you runners are safe. And we want to talk about, we're breaking this story. You may not be familiar with it, but there's a lot of corruption going on at Lakeside Park City Council. Paul Marcraft, the mayor there, has been trying to strong-arm a new city councilwoman who was the leading vote getter from Lakeside Park, Cassie Schabel. And Cassie Schabel is trying to get an ordinance passed relating to hens, so people want to live in Lakeside Park and have a few hens and get some eggs and solve the egg shortage problem. And he is being very difficult. But it's more than that. There's some real issues being raised here. Why? Because Greg Voss is the city attorney for Lakeside Park. He's also apparently the lawyer for the Kenton County Zoning Enforcement Board. Is that a conflict? Because he's not, doing very well either. But it gets better than that, folks. Greg Voss happens to be the city attorney for Ellesmere. Massive problems out there in the Ellesmere, including his council member that never attends any meetings. Then Union, which the election fiasco, where they had to throw out everybody that got elected. The common denominator between the chaos going on in Lakeside Park, Union, and Ellesmere is Greg Voss. You know what? The best lawyers for those type of entities do a good job when everything's quiet. Obviously, Greg Voss has got some issues. But we will continue to follow this story as Cassie Schabel battles the mayor, Paul Marcraft, city of Lakeside, and Greg Voss. They're picking on her. Kentucky Legislature closed out their session with lots of late bills. We'll report all of them after the dust settles. I don't like doing it until it's over. Mike Dewine wants NASA to come to Ohio. That's not going to happen. Pancake Breakfast was held in Southwest Ohio this weekend. Vivek was there. Yost was there. The crowd welcomed both of them equally warmly. I don't know what that means. It'll be interesting. And Goins, the teacher, the social studies teacher from down at Holmes, has now been arrested. It looks like no sex, but improper communications about sex. And maybe some pictures and whatnot. That's what it looks like. All right, this woman pictured here killed her mother. How bad has a mom got to be for you to kill her? And this guy here was busted with counterfeiting money. Buddy, how good is your counterfeiter? I'm just joking. It'd be tempting, wouldn't it, Sabrina, if you had a counterfeit machine that printed cash pretty close? I think it'd be tempting. All right, a woman was shot in Smale Park. Folks, I don't like going anywhere. If people are getting shot at Smale Park, what's safe out there? Just asking. My cousin Josh gives me a hard time that I never want to go anywhere. This is the reason why. You get shot, even in Smales Park. An Oldham County, Kentucky special ed teacher has been arrested for inappropriate treatment of a child. Terrible. And Walton paid out $50,000 for the slander and defamation of their previous mayor to a Walton businessman. Andy Beshear calls Trump and Vance Thelma and Louise. He speaks out on every single issue with the freaking thought that for some reason he's going to be presidential timber. It ain't never going to happen. And a tobacco warehouse down in Danville, the manager there has been charged with some crimes relating to assisting farmers getting extra dollars from the government through false submissions. Terrible. In local sports, speaking of my cousin Josh, on opening day, he will be attending his 53rd straight opening day. I told him I'd mention that. The big news, of course, in local sports is Jamar Chase and T. Higgins have been signed. Crazy amount of money. Jamar Chase is about $40 million. T. Higgins about $30 million a year. UK, they lost in the SEC tournament, drew a 3 seed. In my opinion, drew one of the best paths to the Final Four that you could have because they're in the final, the bracket with Midwest, with Houston as the number one, which I think is the weakest number one. And the powerhouse SEC team in their bracket is Tennessee, which they beat twice. Let's just get past the first weekend, please, Mark Pope, please. Xavier plays Texas to play into the tournament. Then they get to play Illinois, I think. Indiana, people are very disappointed that they did not make the tournament. University, UC did not make the tournament. And University of Louisville didn't make the tournament, and they're going to have to play, I think Auburn. They're going to play a really good team pretty soon. Lakota, I think it's Auburn. Lakota West lost in the semifinals in the Ohio State basketball tournament. Summit Country Day boys also lost in the semis. D. Alexander won 3 straight Miss Basketball of Ohio, and a Purcell Marion won 4 straight state championships. And Winton Woods also won a state championship. So there's your local sports for you. Every dog has their day. I hope you have a great day.